morning sunlight shining through my window pane. Heard the birds sing in the distance, and thank God once again the coffee's hot upon the table. The fields are dressed in gold. Another day is waiting for me, another story to be told. Thank you for this day, Lord, for every breath I take. Thank you for your mercy that greets me when I wake. The little things I often miss, the blessings on display. Lord, before I start this journey, thank you for this day. Some folks chase a life of riches, some run after fame, but all I really need is knowing you're walking just the same. Thank you for this day, Lord, for every breath I take. Thank you for your mercy that greets me when I wake. The little things I often miss, the blessings on display. Lord, before I start this journey, thank you for this day. Hanging on the living wall since I was just a child. A simple cross made out of oak, weathered by the miles. Grandpa used to point toward it whenever life got hard, saying, son, don't lose your faith. No matter where you are, Grandpa's wooden cross still speaks to me today about a love that never fails and never fades away. When life gets hard to understand, and questions fill my mind. Grandpa's wooden cross reminds me God is always by my side. The years have come and gone now, but its message still remains. Dust may cover what it holds, but grace still shines through the stains. I hear his voice on quiet nights, like he never left my door. That old oak cross keeps telling me there's hope worth living for. Grandpa's wooden cross still speaks to me today about a love that never fails and never fades away. When life gets hard to understand and questions fill my mind, Grandpa's wooden cross reminds me God is always by my side. When my hand starts shaking and my heart runs thin, I look up at that old wood and I find my way again. Old truth, new morning, same mercy, same light. Grandpa's wooden cross keeps me standing in the fight. Grandpa's wooden cross still speaks to me today about a love that never fails and never fades away. Then life gets hard to understand and questions fill my mind. Grandpa's wooden cross reminds me God is always by my side. Mama called us all together when the evening sun went down. Brothers, sisters, and neighbors gathered from all around the town. Before the meal we'd bow our heads and thank the Lord above for every blessing on the table and every act of love. Supper table grace, simple words we say, supper table grace. Heart and hands were fed, the plates made clear by morning. The years may fade away, but nothing holds a family like supper table grace. Those moments seem much smaller when you're living through the years, but looking back I realize there were treasures bright and clear. The laughter over cornbread, the steam off every dish, a little prayer, a little peace, a little thing you miss. Supper table grace. Simple words we said. Supper table grace. Heart and hands were fed, the plates made clear by morning. The years may fade away, but nothing holds a family like supper table grace. Now some chairs sit empty and some voices moved along. Still I hear that blessing in every homegrown song. So when I pass the table, I close my eyes and pray, bring us back together like supper table grace. Supper table grace. Supper table grace. Simple words we said. Simple words we said. Supper table grace. Supper table grace. Heart and hands were fed, the plates made clear by morning. The years may fade away, but nothing holds a family like supper table grace. The giant stood so tall and proud, his voice rolled through the land. The soldiers shook with fear inside, no one dared take a stand. Then a shepherd boy stepped forward with a sling held in his hand. He said, "The battle is the Lord's," and walked across the sand. David and Goliath, a story old and true. God
the smallest stone to see his children through. When the mountains stand before you and fear says you can't fight, remember David's faith that day and trust the Lord's great might. The giant laughed and mocked the boy, certain he would fall. But one small stone and heaven's power brought down the mighty wall. David and Goliath, a story old and true. God can use the smallest stone to see his children through. When the mountains stand before you and fear says you can't fight, remember David's faith that day and trust the Lord's great might. Battle was never David's, it belonged to God alone. What looks so small in human eyes became a victory known. David and Goliath, a story old and true. God can use the smallest stone to see his children through. When the mountains stand before you and fear says you can't fight, remember David's faith that day and trust the Lord's great might.
Daniel knelt 3 times a day, though the king had made a law. His faith was stronger than his fear. His trust had no flaw. They threw him in the lion's den. The night was cold and long, but heaven sent an angel down and kept him safe till dawn. Daniel in the lion's den never stood alone. The God who shut the lion watches from his throne. When the world stands against you and darkness closes in, remember how God stayed beside Daniel in the lion's den. The morning came, the king arrived, expecting only grief, but Daniel walked out unharmed, a living proof of belief. Daniel in the lion's den, never stood alone, The God who shut the lion's mouth, oh, still watches from his throne. When the world stands against you and darkness closes in, remember how God stayed beside Daniel in the lion's den. Daniel in the lion's den.
The people laughed at Noah when he built that giant boat. The skies were blue above him, not a drop seemed to float. But Noah kept on hammering, trusting every word, while the world ignored the warning. Noah followed the Lord. Build your ark when God says build it, even if nobody understands. Faith keeps working through the waiting, held by God's own hands. When the storm clouds start to gather and thunder fills the sky, you'll be glad you trusted heaven like Noah did that time. Then the rain began to fall for 40 nights and days. But God remembered Noah and led him through the waves. Build your ark when God says build it, even if nobody understands. working through the waiting, held by God's own hands. When the storm clouds start to gather and thunder fills the sky, you'll be glad you trusted heaven like Noah did that time. Young man took his fortune and left his home behind. He chased the world for happiness, but peace he could not find. The money soon was gone, the friends all disappeared. Alone among the swine, he faced his greatest fear. He looked up from the ashes and heard his memory call, a house that still remembered him, a father after all. The father still was waiting, watching down the road with arms stretched wide in mercy, ready to lift the load. No matter how far you've wandered or how lost you may become, the Father's love is waiting to welcome His child home. He walked the road back home, ashamed of what he'd done. But before he reached the gate, his father started to run. He fell into those open arms with tears upon his face. A broken boy came limping in and found a table set with grace. He heard, "My son is breathing, and that is reason enough. What was lost is found again. You are held, you are loved." The father still was waiting, watching down the road with arms stretched wide in mercy, ready to lift the load. No matter how far you've wandered or how lost you may become, the Father's love is waiting to welcome His child home. Bring your shame and weariness, bring your tattered name. He will not turn His heart away. He knows you just the same. The robe, the ring, the blessing too belong to sons and daughters. Grace is stronger than the miles, and love outruns the water. The Father still was waiting, watching down the road with arms stretched wide in mercy, ready to lift the load. No matter how far you've wandered or how lost you may become,
Lord told Jonah, go and preach. But Jonah turned away. He boarded a ship for distant lands, trying to escape that day. The winds began to howl, the waves rose mountain high. The sailors cried for mercy, certain they would die. You can run from many things, but not God's loving plan. His mercy follows every road, no matter where you stand. Jonah learned deep in the darkness, inside the raging sea, God's grace is always greater than our fear will ever be. 3 days inside the great fish, Jonah prayed and cried. Then God gave him another chance and stood right by his side. You can run from many things, but not God's loving plan. His mercy follows every road, no matter where you stand. Jonah learned deep in the darkness, inside the raging sea. God's grace is always greater than our fear will ever be.
Pharaoh's army was behind them. The sea stretched out ahead. The people cried in fear that day. Certain hope was dead. Then Moses raised his staff on high, trusting God's command, and the water split before their eyes by heaven's mighty hand. When the path was gone, he made a way. When the night was long, he still made a way. Moses and the Red Sea, a miracle to behold. When there seems to be no way, trust the God of old. He makes crossed on dry ground beneath the moonlit sky. And when the enemy pursued them, the waves rose up high. A miracle to behold when there seems to be no way. Trust the God of old. He makes a path before you where none can be seen. The God who parted waters still works wonders for His children. If my back is to the water, if the enemy near, you are still the one who saves me. You are still the one I fear. You speak and chains fall silent. You lead me through the deep. The same hand that split the ocean will carry me. Moses and the Red Sea, a miracle to behold when there seems to be no way. Trust the God of old. He makes a path before you where none can be seen. The God who parted waters still works wonders for His children. Moses and the Red Sea, your mercy still is here.
The walls of Jericho stood strong, towering toward the sky. The people wondered how they'd fall, no matter how they tried. But God had given Joshua a strange and simple plan. Walk around the city walls and trust the great I am.
Step by step,
Day by day,
faith was marching all the way.
step by step,
They did not sway.
they kept on trusting anyway.
Joshua's battle wasn't won
by swords or human might.
Joshua's battle wasn't won.
It was faith and obedience,
Walking in God's light
when your
walls seem far too high
and victory feels small. Remember how the Lord brought down the mighty
Jericho wall. Jericho wall.
On the seventh day they gathered, 7 times around. The trumpets filled the open air with a shaking sound. Then every voice rose up as one. A shout came through the land, and those mighty walls came tumbling down, because God was there to stand. Step by step, day by day, faith was marching all the way. Step by step, they did not sway. They kept on trusting anyway. Joshua's battle wasn't won by swords or human might. Joshua's battle wasn't won. It was faith and obedience, walking in God's light. When your walls seem far too high and victory feels small, remember how the Lord brought down the mighty Jericho walls. Jericho walls. So when my own walls rise up, I won't turn back in fear. Your promise still can shake the ground and make the way appear. One shout can change the whole wide world when heaven says it's time. You brought those walls down then. You'll bring mine down in time. Joshua's battle wasn't won by swords or human might. Joshua's battle wasn't won. It was faith and obedience, walking in God's light. When your walls seem far too high and victory feels small, remember how the Lord brought down the mighty Jericho wall. Jericho wall. Mighty Jericho wall. Mighty Jericho wall. 3 faithful men stood boldly, refusing to bow down. Though the king threatened the furnace, they wouldn't turn around. The fire burned hotter than ever. The soldiers stepped aside, but those 3 men walked through the flames with heaven at their side. In the fiery furnace, God was standing there. Through the heat and through the danger, He answered every prayer. When the flames are all around you and fear is closing in, remember God still walks beside His faithful children. The king looked in astonishment at what his eyes could see. Not 3 men walking through the fire, but 4 in victory. The chains fell off in the looking. The smoke could not remain. What meant for death became a doorway to praise through every flame. In the fire prayer. When the flames are all around you and fear is closing in, remember God still walks beside His faithful children. So when my hope is shaking and the night is closing fast, I'll trust the God of glory who brought them safely past. If I must walk through embers, I know I will not fall, for in the fiercest valley my God is over all. In the fiery furnace, God was standing there. Through the heat and through the danger, He answered every prayer. When the flames are all around you and fear is closing in, remember God still walks beside His faithful children. In the fiery furnace, He is there again. The storm was raging on the sea. The disciples feared the night. Then someone came upon the waves, walking through the moonlight. Peter heard the Savior call, "Come and follow me." And for a moment faith was stronger than the raging sea. Peter walked on water when he kept his eyes on Christ. Faith can do the impossible when Jesus leads your life. The waves may rise around you, and the wind may loudly roar. Keep your eyes upon the Savior, and you reach the shore. But when Peter saw the storm, his courage slipped away. Still Jesus reached and took his hand and helped him find the way. Peter walked on water when he kept his eyes on Christ. Faith can do the impossible when Jesus leads your life. 4 days had passed since Lazarus was laid inside the grave. His sisters wept with broken hearts, wondering why he delayed. Then Jesus stood before the tomb, and tears filled his eyes. But hope was standing at the doorway in a different disguise. The stone looked too jolly, the dark looked too deep. Still mercy was moving where the broken can't sleep. Lazarus, come forth, the Savior called his name, and death itself surrendered to the power of his grace. When all hope seems buried and the night feels long and cold, remember Jesus still brings life to every weary soul. The stone was rolled away that day, the crowd stood still in awe. Then Lazarus walked out alive, and everyone saw what the grave had tried to keep could not stay in place. When Jesus speaks, the dead things rise, and shame gives way to grace. Lazarus, come forth, the Savior called his name, and death itself surrendered to the power of his grace. When all hope seems buried and the night feels long and cold, remember Jesus still brings life to every weary soul. So if your heart is in the grave and your faith feels almost gone, hear the voice that called him upward, still calling you along. Chains fall at the sound of mercy, stones roll from the soul. Lazarus, come forth again, and let your kingdom show. Lazarus, come forth, the Savior called his name, and death itself surrendered to the power of his grace. When all hope seems buried and the night feels long and cold, remember Jesus still brings life to every weary soul. A widow stood with empty jars and tears upon her face. The debts were growing larger, she felt trapped without a place. Then the prophet came and told her, bring every jar you can find, pour the little oil you've got, and leave your fear behind.
She looked at what was small, but he spoke like it was enough. What she had became much more.
When your cupboard feels empty
And hope is hard to hold,
remember
God will multiply the widow's little oil.
she filled each jar completely till there were no more. The oil finally stopped flowing, and God had paid her score.
The rooms went quiet, but heaven had been heard. A little poured in faith can carry all His word.
She looked at what was small,
But He spoke like it was enough. One more step of faith, one more turn of trust.
the widow's oil kept flowing.
By the mercy of the Lord,
The widow's oil kept flowing.
what she had became much more.
When your cupboard feels empty
And hope is hard to hold,
remember
God will multiply the widow's little oil.
bring the empty jar,
Bring the broken plan,
bring the little you can give.
into His nail-scarred hand.
He still fills the hollow,
He still meets the need.
what looks like